have ChatGPT, you have research that you might do concurrently with your writing. There are different ways to approach writing. How do you set yourself up, say the day before, such that you can sit down without interruption or self-interruption for 4 hours and write?
To begin with, you need to know what you're going to do the next day, the day before. You need to make a list of the things you're going to do in priority order. And the priority order is not what you like the most, but what actually requires the most concentration and creativity. So the thing you need to hit immediately, which will be the last 10% of that page you were writing. That's a really good protocol to procrastinate that last 10%, because your most creative, most productive, your best quality stuff is first. And so you want to leave the last to be the first the next day. And that way you've got consistent creativity. If I'm writing a column, for example, and I'm on deadline every single week for a column, and it's 1,200 words a week of science about human happiness.
Sounds stressful. Sounds like a way to make yourself unhappy.
Yeah, I know. So I'm hunted. But doing that, if I sit down and write it, the kicker is always going to be worse than the lead.
Yeah.
And so the kicker is always the first thing in the morning someday, right? So the kicker is as good as the lead or better, because I'm leaving it so that my brain chemistry is optimized to the product that I'm trying to create. That was a very good protocol from Hemingway. His problem was he was a drunk.
Yeah.
And when you're a drunk, what you're doing is you're borrowing tomorrow's dopamine tonight.
You're borrowing, as a friend of mine put it also, you're borrowing happiness from tomorrow.
Yeah. And the reason is because your dopamine is going to be below the baseline and you're going to have anhedonia in the morning. Anhedonia is the characteristic of clinical depression, which is a deficit of dopamine, meaning an inability to feel pleasure. And is below the baseline when you're hungover, below the baseline when you've popped it really hard and you're getting the trough the next day. If you drink at night and if you want to be productive the next morning, this morning starts last night. And it starts by going to bed at a reasonable time sober, which we'll probably get to at the end of this conversation. So that's why he had 2 hours of productivity.
Go to bed sober. Well, also because if you need any, and this is my kind of repeated realization that should be top of mind all the time, which is if you wear an Oura Ring, a Whoop band, the one conclusion that you will come to over and over again is if you drink before bed, even a few hours before bed, your sleep is garbage.
Your sleep, their architecture is so messy.
And for me now, for whatever reason, at this age, I'm 48, I had one martini with my brother. I don't see him that much. We went out to a nice speakeasy, had a drink, and just shattered my sleep. It was shocking to me, kind of embarrassing.
The older you get. And, the truth is that young people are figuring out what people my age didn't when I drank very heavily in my 20s and 30s. It's what we did. I was a musician. It's what we did. We knew it wasn't good for us. But the truth of the matter is that if it's euphoric, if it gets you buzzed, it's neurotoxic. And you have to be careful applying neurotoxic substances to yourself because you're going to pay a price for that. Now, there's a cost-benefit analysis to anything. I don't drive the safest car. I don't drive a car that if it crashes, I will be completely safe no matter what. I drive something I like. I'm making a cost-benefit analysis. But the truth is that many people, they think it's costless to get buzzed. It's not. It just isn't.
Your routine, I'll just pause us there, is very, very similar to mine.
Tell me more.
Well, right now, I'm day 3 of segueing into ketosis. And we're always producing ketones, but I'm probably, just because I've done this a lot, I'm probably at right now like 1.2 millimolars in terms of blood concentration of like beta-hydroxybutyrate after
You like ketosis. You like how it feels.
I love how it feels in terms of mental acuity. I also, because I have neurodegenerative diseases in my family,